Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and glad you could attend. Come inside, Movie Maniacs, as we take a look at the widescreen, wide-release horror film that hit the theaters this past weekend, and that's Deliver Us from Evil, brought to us by director Scott Derrickson, who gives us the story that is based off of the real-life bone-chilling cases, as it's deemed as, of Ralph Sarchie. Yes, Ralph Sarchie is a police officer, and in the movie, police officer Sarchie starts investigating some of these cases that are happening within his district that are just some creepy, bizarre cases, a bit unexplainable to cases, just really out there. Well, soon he teams up with an unconventional priest when he comes to find out that these cases have demonic influences on them. So he teams up with the priest to try to exorcise the demons that are causing these crimes within his district. Folks, when a film starts off with based off of real life events, you know, it's a tough sell, okay? Because either they can go way over the top, which you won't buy at all, or they go, you know, a little more true to whatever the events were. But as we know, real life isn't always as exciting as fiction. Most of the time, it's not. So in this case, Deliver Us from Evil seems to like try to teeter on both and try to run that middle line. And for me, I don't know, that made it a little bit difficult to get into. Now, I will say they do have this atmosphere down in this film. The creepy, grimy, dirty, dark feeling, claustrophobic feeling as time as well. The environment that the events are taking place in that we see Sarchie deal with really felt a little bit tense, a little bit, haunting. You got that creepy vibe from them. So they built up the atmosphere very well. Almost felt like a noir film, though they don't really handle it like a noir film, though the elements really are there asking for it, okay? This has a lot more police procedural type elements to it than horror demonic possession elements to it. I will let you know that right now. Similar to the way like Sudden Impact was more of a detective story with following a serial killer, and even though it had horror elements in it, it really was more of a detective police story. That's what this is. This is more of a police story, more about Ralph Sarchie, but you do have a number of the creepy demonic elements in there to keep the horror fan interested, at least for the most part. Now, in between the bizarre cases that are influenced by some paranormal force or demonic force, we do get the story of Ralph Sarchie having problems at home. You know, he's always away at work, and so he's got tension there with his wife, who's played by Olivia Munn. Sarchie here is played by Eric Bana, and the chemistry between these two, I never quite felt it. And I know we're picking up the story to where they're already having problems, but never bought for once that this was really a couple. It felt like they were kind of running through their paces. There really felt like no connection in there. Maybe it was because it just felt very, very cliche. Okay, very cookie cutter. These problems that they were having and these characters that we have felt a bit, retread. Like we've seen these characters many, many times, and maybe that's why I couldn't find the connection. You've seen in the trailer there are some creepy moments with their little daughter in the bedroom, but those are few and far between as well. And so really, that whole story I couldn't quite get into either, because I just didn't feel that the connection between them, Now, the demonic parts where they have the people possessed in that, I did enjoy those. Those really felt nice and eerie and demonic style, but it felt a little restrained. Here, I kind of wanted them to let loose a little more. Give me a little bit more gore. Give me a little bit more creepiness. And maybe it was the fact that they were trying to hold true to the real life events accounted in the book that made that. But for me, it felt a little restrained as a whole, as a demonic possession movie. Now, as it gets to the climax felt really classic demonic possession, exorcism scene, and they work a little humor in there as well. And there are some creepy moments in that scene as well, but even that seemed a little bit more restrained than what you're used to seeing in a demonic possession film. So, Deliver Us from the Evil is a middle of the road kind of like okay horror film. It's not horrible, I will say that. I did enjoy the story and the horror elements, especially when they got into the demonic parts. You know, the parts with the Ralph Sarchi family felt almost inserted in to give it a little more meat. I'm not sure. But on the whole, it's just kind of a middle-of-the-road horror film. Not fantastic, not horrible. If you're looking for a horror movie on the widescreen, you may want to check it out, though I would really wait till a matinee, or maybe even when it comes out on rental. You know, it's not really worth the full price of admission. I gave it 2.5 stubs. Just not quite there for me. I loved all the elements there, though they have been done a little bit better before, and, you know, and I just wish it would have let loose just a little bit more, and maybe I would have got into it more than I did. And that'll about do it for us here at The Final Cut. Till next time, folks, remember, keep that ticket stub.